Mandy here. Thanks so much for joining me. So I'm here to share my latest journal. She will be for sale over on my Ko-fi. And I've used my English Country Garden collection, which I'll link below. If you're interested, go and grab it. It's beautiful and it's very budget friendly. So what we have here is what is now being called a flip-flop journal or a never-ending journal. As always, people make things and give them a fancy name. In essence, it's a Z-fold journal, okay? But it's called, people call it flip-flop because it's meant to be floppy, because it's made, the bases of the pages are made from envelopes. I followed a tutorial by, I think, is it Beth's Journal Creations? She shared how she put her envelopes together. However, looking back through YouTube, because I always like to make sure I've got, you know, the original creator if I can. I did see a much earlier video by a lady called 52 Willow, I think it is. And she'd done it. But in essence, long story short, it's a Z-fold. Now, making it out of the envelopes, and this is no shade on anybody who came up with this idea, I had a right nightmare. It's turned out beautiful because I wasn't giving up. But what I will say, if you're making this style of journal, is just think about it. Don't assume it's super easy, because it's not. When you're making something using envelopes, you don't have the stability that you have when you're making a normal journal. So I was having a bit of a nightmare of how I'm going to strengthen these spines, which are essentially the flaps of an envelope. How is that going to hold a signature? Anyway, I've strengthened mine with Tyvek. So, you know, I've probably gone a little bit crazy, really, and it's not really necessary, but I just felt like I needed to strengthen it. So anyway, this front cover here is a small envelope. We've got this beautiful image. I've done a ruffle with some toile style fabric. We've got some mother of pearl buttons, and we've got some beautiful wedding applique. I've really tried my best with this journal. It's really pretty. As I say, it will be for sale over on my Ko-fi. So this envelope here is a pocket. We've got a large journaling tag, a card, journaling card, tag, and small ephemera. So that slides in there like so. So there are about 140 pages in this altogether. Okay, it's quite narrow. Let me measure it. It is about 4.5, and then the height varies because the pages are all different sizes. It goes at its maximum to about 10. So I'm classing it as a tall, skinny journal, and I don't care. Right, so if we open this, then the back, so this envelope's a pocket, and on the back I've put another pocket, and we've got some lovely cards from my collection, and I've added some bits and bobs of ephemera to the front of the pocket just to make it look pretty. Here's some of my lovely vellum printed papers that I shared on a video the other day. They're absolutely stunning. This one is from another one of my journal collections. It's called Journaling Page Basics, I think, and it's a huge vintage letter that is actually belongs to me, that. Music paper, I've done some fabric tabs with the toile fabric. Doily paper bag. I've left all the pages blank for journaling. This is French dictionary. We've got some lined paper and some bits and bobs of ephemera just clipped there. And then the centre signature is one of my beautiful page designs from the English Country Garden. Okay, so let's flip through. So like I say, I've left these plain as possible for writing on, and that's the back side of my vintage document that I've got there, and the back side of the vellum. So then on this section here, we've got a large pocket, and it's got my this in trifold. I'm not going to open it all, but inside there, I've done a video on this. Inside there are little pockets with all sorts of little bits and bobs in, so that slides in there. Then we've just got a lovely envelope from my collection clipped on there. Okay, then this whole section turns over. All right, and we've got another large full-length pocket here with an envelope and a beautiful postcard, all from my English Country Garden collection. And then some bits and bobs of ephemera. more of the lovely vellum. It's absolutely stunning. Look at those colours. Beautiful colours in this collection. If you haven't checked it out, go and have a look. It is rather beautiful. Vintage ledger. More of this is genuine vintage music paper. It's like from 18 something. It's quite old, but it's lasted really well, because normally vintage paper can be quite brittle, and this is in really good condition. Another fabric tag, much of the same, and then the central signature is another of the focal pages from my beautiful kit. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you've got a lovely selection between bright and bold, and then, you know, the vintage. So it's just a massive wow pop of colour there with that collection. It's beautiful. Okay, one of my lace prints, another vellum, and then on this section here we've got another pocket with some more journaling cards and envelope. And then this is one of the pages from my collection, a little bit of a gardening themed ephemera there. And then when we turn over here, we've got this little pocket that I've made from cluster. So this is part of my kit, and it's called a cluster builder page. So you get all these elements, you can make a lovely cluster like so, and I've just glued it on 3 sides to hold this lovely tag and journaling card like so. Okay, another one of my beautiful pages, another lovely vellum. This is also in the collection, this lovely pale blue. Lots of bags for you to put your own bits and bobs in. Okay, so it's quite plain on the, you know, on the individual pages, because I want somebody to write in it. A prayer journal, gratitude journal, travel journal, something like that. Another of my focal pages from my collection. How stunning is that? It's absolutely beautiful. And I know I'm biased because I made it, but it is beautiful. And these are all in the collection as well. Okay, so then on this back section I've got a belly band with some lovely lace, and then one of my pockets from the collection. So you get the tag shaped background, you get the pockets separate. I think this is from the folio printout. And then that's the back, and the back has got this beautiful applique, wedding applique. It's got some little crystal beads, seed beads, and then sequins. It's stunning. So then obviously, because it's a never-ending or flip-flop journal, you keep going, so you turn that way and the journal continues again on the other side. So here we've got a lovely, just like a notebook. I've just clipped it together so it doesn't flop about, and the front page is one of my beautiful vellums that I've printed, and then in there you've got some writing pages. Okay, I'll clip that back in a minute. Another vellum, and again similar pages throughout, keeping it as plain as possible so there's loads of room for writing. And there's another of those stunning pages. It's beautiful. I just love how you open that page from the vintage and then bam, you've got a pop of colour. It's absolutely beautiful. So you can have it really bright colours, but it will also mix and match beautiful with the vintage papers as well. So there you go. And then here we've got another little mini notebook. So it is attached to the back of that page there, but you can, you know, you can lift it up, tuck things under, write on there. It's really rather lovely. And then these little discs are in the collection, and this is one of the papers. And that turns over again, and here's the second large cluster that you can make from the cluster builder page. And I've just turned it into a pocket. More beautiful ephemera. This is from my French ephemera kit, I think. Just did a little bit of fussy cutting there, thought it was pretty. And then pop of colour again with another lovely page. This is beautiful, this one with the roses. I'm really pleased how that turned out, and you can see that I've laid it up with some quite vintage looking ephemera, and it just all marries together beautifully. So you can have it shabby, you can have it vintage, you can have it on its own, just with its own pages for lots and lots of colour, mix and match. Beautiful. And then here I've got another one of my folios. I've glued this on so it's a pocket at the back. Okay. And then inside here, so this is similar to what the other one looks like. They've just got these little pockets that I designed specifically to fit. There is room down the back. Did I glue it all on? There is room down the back there, but it's a little bit tight. But it's just stunning. And I've just held it together with a paper clip. I like to add lots of paper clips because then I think whoever owns it can put their own memorabilia on there, can't they? And then you're back to the front. So she's quite chunky. And then I have got this lovely piece of toile, which is the fabric that I've been using. So this is going to wrap around here. My page is moving about. Wrap around like so and get tied in a lovely bow for when it's sent off to its forever home. So if you're interested in purchasing this journal, hop on over to my Ko-fi. I will leave a link in the description box below. It shouldn't be too expensive for international shipping because I've not made a chipboard cover like I normally do. It's a little bit lighter, so it won't be as much. I'll faff about with that until I'm happy with it. But how beautiful is that? So, you know, I was a little bit stressed making this journal because I was worried about the, you know, the structure of each spine on each section. But, you know, I went overboard and added loads of Tyvek. So it's not going anywhere. It's not going to be a problem with the weight of the signatures. So, yeah, if you fancy having a go at one of these, I would suggest go and have a look at the tutorials. There's loads of them out there, but just have a bit of a think about it because it's actually more difficult than you think. Creating with envelopes, you've not got the same structure as creating with cardstock or making a chipboard you know, cover. And also envelopes are never, you know, they're not true square or rectangle. You know, the sizing's off, so it threw me because I like to measure things and have things right. But I think this turned out quite a lovely kind of tatty little flip-flop journal. So hopefully somebody would like to own that and have that in their collection. So thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye for now.